Why is it that the people who overthink the most are often the hardest on themselves? Maybe that's you. Your mind never seems to switch off. You replay conversations, analyze decisions, imagine every possible outcome, and somehow still feel like you missed something important. Somewhere along the way, you were told that overthinking means you're anxious, insecure, or weak. But what if that story is incomplete? What if overthinking is not a flaw, but a misunderstood sign of intelligence? If you've ever been called too much in your head, chances are your brain is doing far more work than you give it credit for. Overthinkers don't just think more, they think deeper. Your mind naturally scans for patterns, connections, and hidden meanings. You don't accept reality at face value. You question it. You dissect it. You try to understand not just what happened, but why it happened, what it means, and how it could affect the future. That level of mental processing isn't random. It's a cognitive strength. Psychology shows that people who overthink often score higher in abstract reasoning and emotional awareness. You're not just reacting to life, you're interpreting it. While others move quickly from moment to moment, your brain pauses, rewinds, and zooms in. You notice subtle shifts in tone, small changes in behavior, and emotional undercurrents that most people completely miss. That's not weakness, that's perception. The problem is that intelligence without guidance can turn inward. When your mind is powerful but unsupported, it doesn't always know where to aim its focus. Instead of solving external problems, it starts analyzing you, your choices, your mistakes, your worth. Overthinking becomes painful, not because you're thinking too much, but because you're thinking without self-compassion. You use the same sharp mind meant for insight as a tool for self-criticism. Think about this. When something goes wrong, you don't just shrug it off. You ask, what could I have done differently? When a relationship feels off, you don't ignore it. You try to understand every layer of it. This tendency makes you an excellent problem solver, strategist, and empath. But because these skills are internal and invisible, they're rarely recognized. So instead of being praised for depth, you're labeled as someone who worries too much. Here's the truth most people never tell you. Many of the world's most thoughtful, creative, and emotionally intelligent individuals were chronic overthinkers. The difference is not that they stopped thinking deeply, it's that they learned how to trust their mind instead of fighting it. They realized their thoughts weren't enemies, just signals asking for direction. If you overthink, your mind is not broken. It's active, it's curious, it's searching for meaning. And once you learn how to guide that mental energy instead of suppressing it, you'll begin to see something powerful. You're not behind in life. You're just processing it at a deeper level than most. Now let's go one layer deeper, because the real struggle for overthinkers doesn't come from thinking too much. It comes from not understanding how to work with a powerful mind. If you overthink, your brain is designed for anticipation. It constantly runs simulations. If this happens, then that could happen. This is the same mental ability that makes great planners, innovators, and protectors. Your mind is always trying to keep you one step ahead of pain, failure, or regret. The problem is, in modern life, that instinct rarely gets to complete its job. There is no clear resolution, no immediate feedback, no physical action to discharge the mental energy. So the thoughts loop. This is why overthinking often shows up as anxiety. Not because you're weak, but because your intelligence is trapped without an outlet. Your brain is asking for certainty in a world that rarely offers it. And when certainty isn't available, it keeps searching. Overthinkers also tend to have unusually strong moral awareness. You care deeply about doing the right thing, being fair, and not hurting others. That's why you replay conversations later. Not because you're obsessed, but because your mind is checking alignment. Did I say that right? Did I cross a line? Was I true to myself? This is the same inner compass that creates trustworthy leaders and loyal partners. But turned inward, it can feel exhausting. Here's something important most people never realize. Overthinkers are often slow decision makers, but excellent decision makers. You don't leap blindly, you consider consequences. You see second and third order effects. While others act on impulse and deal with fallout later, you try to prevent the fallout entirely. That caution is intelligence in disguise. The shift happens when you stop asking, "How do I stop overthinking?" and start asking, "Where should this thinking go?" Your mind needs structure, not silence. Writing, problem solving, creative work, strategy, learning, teaching. These aren't hobbies for you. They are pressure valves. When overthinkers don't create, they ruminate. When they don't express, they internalize. When they don't move their thoughts outward, those thoughts turn against them. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And remember, you're not broken. You're underutilized.